What's going on, my friends? I hope you're very well. I hope you're having a very nice day. And today I'm gonna record this very short video. It'll be sort of like an update on this little cedars, right? And maybe it will be like a quick video to give you the details on how to work them as bonsai, what kind of soil they're like. And I thought it was interesting. And I started recording this because you might remember this little guy from a previous video of mine where I first started to work it as a bonsai. I put it in a little colander, and today I replaced that small, very little colander for this one, which of course is a bit bigger. Yeah. So it was healthy. It was growing very healthy, but because it's limited in space, it was very small. Well, let's say like this big. Yeah. It didn't grow as fast as it could have, and that's why I decided to continue growing it as a bonsai. It's still going to be a very small show-in size bonsai, but it's now planted in this container, which is going to allow it to develop that sacrificial branch at the top, so it can thicken and thicken. Here we can see that the little trunk, it's got a lot of character, but it's not very thick. That's what we want, a thick trunk that develops because the tree is continuing to grow, and that it gives you that nice ancient look. Here we can see the first branch, more branches over here, and of course these are going to be the secondary branches and the sacrificial branch that we have right here. You might also remember that I worked actually several of these in previous videos. And here we can see one. If you go to my profile and you look for the videos that I have uploaded, there's one that's titled How to Develop Backbudding or Pruning to Develop Backbudding. Yeah. And you can see a very nice looking little show-in size Deodar cedar in that video, in the thumbnail. That's the one that we're looking at right now. For some reason, I don't know, maybe it was the wire that I applied the first time. For some reason, the entire tree died and only one little branch survived. And this is the one that I've been growing and try to, get back into shape so it can still continue to grow as a bonsai. You can see that I changed the pot. It's a bit bigger now. I added a little bit of crushed bricks, but as you can see, this one has been growing as vigorous as this one without any crushed bricks. So this tells me that they are very adaptable. They grow better in well-drained, slightly acidic soil. So you could definitely add a little peat moss, a little cocoa peat, or if you don't have those at hand, you can even use coffee grounds. Yeah, a little bit. During the growing season, you just sprinkle it on top, and when you water, it's going to go down into the substrate, and that's going to help your tree to have that nice pH soil, slightly acidic soil that it likes, So in the future, I think I'm going to bend this carefully this time, so that this right here can be maybe the main branch, this here at the back, and we can continue to develop the upper section, because as you can see, it completely died. Maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. Yeah, same thing. This is, I think it's gonna work best as a bunjin style or very feminine, very long lines with a little bit of foliage, just because of how it's growing this time. Yeah, how it came back after that dead back. That's how you call it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, cedars are very nice. They are growing in a very tropical place, so I can only imagine what they'll be like when they grow in a very beneficial weather for them. For example, I don't know, Oregon or the north of the United States, and here in Mexico, the south and central part of Mexico, these will be brilliant there. Okay. Another quick note about this is that, as you can see, they can root very easily from cuttings. Here it's a little, we can see a little cutting that I rooted in this cement pot. Yeah, and you can see that this season is growing its little shoots, its little needles. It's become more and more evident that it's not going to grow very tall here. It's not going to grow at all in this little pot. So the order of the day for this little guy would be to transplant it into a bigger pot. The soil that I'll be using is the same that it has right here. It's surface with a little bit of organic matter. In this case, a little bit of worm castings. I'm trying to root another one, as you can see over there. And with a little patience, in a couple of months, you get more and more plants that you can start working as bonsai. So the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the last cedar that I showed you. It was in a video that was titled Pruning Deodar Cedar Prebonsai, something like that. But anyway, the pot is rather big. I transplanted it to a bigger pot. And so I didn't want to bring it over here because I'm going to make a mess. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so here we have it. As you can see, it's growing in a larger pot, a larger container, but the soil is the same, you know, turfus or zeolite with a little bit of organic matter. And you can see that it's growing very, very nicely. Yeah, I wired it a little bit. We can see the main branch over here, but actually I'm not sure if that's going to be the main branch after all, because this one over here is getting all kinds of bigger, you see. So maybe this is going to be the main branch in the future, and the final height of the tree will be like this, maybe a bit taller, I don't know. We can see the Navari over there still developing. I had to de-wire it a couple of months ago because the wire was severely biting into the trunk. So as you can see, they are super bigger as trees. They ramify very well. So you know, a nice candidate to work as bonsai. Yeah, I got a couple of Italian stone pines over here. We got another one over here. And I think this little guy I showed you the last time. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for today's video, you guys. If you have any comments, questions, or anything, drop them down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.